Hey friends, Covenant Summon has got interesting heroes. Painful, jerk, love him when I'm using him, weirdo, new fellow, Foxley. But let's also acknowledge Fergus. I don't want him getting upset. But he's on the way out. He's being fixed and made useless so that new fellows can be positioned. So we have Foxley, nature element, new fellow that has popped out today. Ranger class, ability to bypass through the talent, and Fox family. So bonus available for 1 and 2 fellows. They get that literally paper thin minion with 100% attack and massive 80% chance to dodge incoming attacks. So, and it steals latest dispellable buff from the attacker when the Sly Fox minion dodges and gives it to its owner. There's a passive, all enemies get minus 50% healing. So these are all standard. When you look at the stats, those are very good stats because starting to 100 plus for both attack and defense. This comparatively is on the lower side compared to the other fellow that I spoke about earlier today. But that's okay. Let's look at the max preview, 1800 plus, 1600 plus, and 25, almost 2600, close to that. But that is possible because this fellow is fast speed. So there will be a little juggle on certain things. Barbed arrows at fast speed is the special, 375% damage to the target and nearby enemies. Target and nearby enemies receive lasting 250 bleed damage per turn. Now this is better. This effect lasts until it is cleansed, replaced, or removed, which means it is going to keep messing around unless there is cleanse. And I've also noticed that these Foxies really mess around with Gazelle because Gazelle can heal herself, the costume version, but cannot cleanse herself because she doesn't dance. And hence carrying a cleanser is really required to free her up. Otherwise, she gets stuck with whichever ailment the Foxies give. Then the last portion of the special is after 2 turns, the target and nearby enemies get paralyzed for 1 turn. Now, this is fantastic. Control of any type, immobilizing or stopping or paralyzing or stopping in any kind of way of any type is absolute gold in today's gameplay. When you look at 1 turn messing things up. So, paralyzed enemies cannot attack or gain mana and receive plus 50% increased damage. Yes, so once paralyzed, the effect cannot be cleansed. Bosses, titans, mythic titans are not affected by this effect. So this is for regular heroes. Yeah, so 1 turn paralysis is fantastic. So that's Foxley. I would say 375% looks less, but when you look at the high attack, very, very clearly, it's completely handy and excellent. And the bleed damage, the lasting bleed damage of 250 per turn is a good number. It's not small, and it goes on and on unless cleansed, which means that makes a lot of sense to cap the damage to 375, which still is on a higher side. And that 1 turn of the target and nearby enemies getting paralyzed. Brilliant hero. That's it. Not instant stop or control, which means I'm bringing the term stop or control as a term because the other game that I'm playing, there is something called slow, there is something called crowd control, there is something called immobilized and all that. And in that game, there is this few seconds of mobility that makes such a huge difference in win or loss. It's amazing. And of course, one of the other amazing part is I am shocked at the gifts that the game is giving. So yeah, that's a different thing. But there's already a video that I have uploaded. So anybody who's keen to know, you don't need to download the game. You can just go and check that out. Check that video for more information. Having said that, crowd control is going to be the next thing. And that's where these everlasting various things come in, or paralysis comes in, or mana immobilized, or mana cannot be increased, or blah blah blah. In any kind of way, controlling the scenario is going to be a big thing, and that helps gameplay and strategy quite a bit. So Foxy, or Foxley to be corrected, is a good hero. Now I'm going to do a few summons in this portal. Who do I want? Well, honestly speaking, I would want this guy. Impact all. That's it. She is also not bad. I like dancers. I wonder why. He is useless for me. I have zero interest because I may not even level him up. He's on the way out. Let's see what RNG has planned today. Nothing. Okay. Let's see if I can pull something over here. Helgi. Helgi is slow speed. Nah, I'm not going to complete him. He's also sitting somewhere in the corner. Not going to be completed. And let's do, yeah. Okay, that's nice. I have enough of these fellows, not too many heroes to work on, so that helps. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll quickly come back, do the map one more level and add 3. Yeah, I can do 2 pulls now. Let's go. You have to be kidding me. Okay, nothing. Actually, I keep forgetting that I just need to tap that. Okay. That's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the So catch you in the next video. Cheers.